The announcement by Education Cabinet Secretary Professor George Magoha barring teachers in public primary schools from giving homework demanding learners to print pictures and images from the internet has ignited the debate on the failed project of laptops and tablets in all schools.
If there's anything to be printed, it should be actually not printed, it can be projected in the school. Because every school has a means of projecting.
We know that there are some schools which have never even seen a computer. Some of them have never even heard of what is a projector. The only projector they have ever seen is the one for the Watoto Kaeni Chini, the film which is normally taken to the village. So now when you talk of that, and you have not provided, and that thing is not actualizable, then it is not right.
Maybe it's a wake-up call that what we had budgeted earlier on as tablets to all students of Kenya about 10 years ago is now biting us. Because every student, if every student were having a tablet, then this would be the tablet in every household.
And after Magoha dismissed any attempts to use the courts to stop CBC, some lawyers have warned those behind the plan that they may have a heavy burden of proof to convince the courts.
If anybody wanted to save the country from probably, an unwanted program, he should have gone to court there and then, 2017, 2018. And if the program is so bad that it deserves to be stopped by now, then whoever goes to court must show what damage this particular program has done to our children.
With suggestions that the never-ending push and pull on CBC is a consequence of inadequate consultations, stakeholders have called upon the government to consider and regard all voices when the time to review the CBC comes.
Naturally, UNESCO expects that every 5 years, we look at what we have introduced. What are the teething problems? Like now, some of the issues, if are being raised about learning, about how the learners are feeling, then I'm sure KSCD is already doing this because the 5-year cycle is almost over. You start developing tools for research. You go to the field, it gives you feedback, and you use that for review.
I would say that our government has now been well informed. And when the government agrees to come up with a review, that means they have already got enough information from the stakeholders and they have learned the laws which are there. And they want now to come together, have a round table and bring out something which will be acceptable to all. When that review is being done, let us avoid involving, and I would like this one to be got, involving the yes people. Let us involve people who are critical.
In line with UNESCO recommendations that a curriculum be reviewed after every 5 years, the CBC is expected to have its first review by the end of next year. And stakeholders are hopeful that more voices will be heard and accommodated to enable its smooth implementation. Shadrach Miti, KT News.